Peace and love. Peace and love. About to do a mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Let me change this cover photo because that's not the right one. We got Brian in the building in Texas. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We got Jeremy Shorter in the building. Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm about to drop some game, y'all. I'm about to drop some game. I didn't put nothing in the details on the Instagram, but I'm about to drop some game. So, I should have put the details in. But I'll worry about that shit later. We got Mini Global in the building. We got Mars building. Peace and love, goddess. So check this out. What we gonna go over? We got Orlo in the building. Peace and love, King. What did I named this? Hawkins versus the USA Attorney General. Getting out of jail and getting paid for it with arbitration. Arbitration. That's what we're going over today. That's what we're going over today. Get out of jail free with arbitration. Cash App TheDonKilam. $97 donation. Hashtag ARB with your email address in the memo box. Arbitration. Now, I'm going to give you what I'm going to go over today, and I'm also going to give you my word is bond book, which shows you how to get out with the admin process with the GSA bonds, all right? $97 donation, send it, man. Now I got to handle some coaching today. But I want to drop this to y'all real quick, squeeze this in my day. I want y'all to get this today so I can work on something new, bring y'all something fresh and brand new. But this stuff is working. I'm going to give y'all proof. I'm going to show and tell. I'm going to show and tell. If you go ahead and I'm live on the YouTube, go check me out on YouTube. Just look up Don Kilam, DONKILAM. I'm also live on the Instagram. That's DON_KILAM. But I'm screen sharing. I'm screen sharing. Hold on. On the YouTube world. Let's see if we back. Let me see. All right, we back, man. My software, because I want to screen share. I want y'all to see this. Peace and love. We got Jerosa in the building. Captain Norseman in the building. My internet. I need to pay that motherfucker bill, huh? We're trying to offset everything. But look, check me out, though. Check me out. I'm about to screen share now. Boom. As always, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. All right? If you feel you need competent counsel, go find you one because I'm not an attorney. So, I'm going to break all this down. Arbitration. You got to understand what arbitration is. Understand. I'm going to show you real life cases. Real life cases. This is real life. So, let me show you really fast. We got Demetrius Jermaine Hawkins. Got the arbitration award from the United States Attorney General. All right? I'm going to break this down. I want y'all to see this. Claimant has been unlawfully imprisoned and held under custody for a period of 3,153 total days. One day consists of 24 hours, each hour being 60 minutes for a total of 1,440 minutes per day. Divided by 23 minutes. Boom. He puts down how much it is. So they owed him $4 billion. He got awarded this. $4 billion. $4 billion. Check this out. I want y'all to see this. This is the arbitration award. This ain't Don Kilam's information. This is real information that just happened a few years ago. We're going to go over arbitration. My partner in Texas put me up on this, sent me the information. Said, check it out. This is what we're doing now. We're not going to go through the GSA bond process. We're going to go through this process. And it's working. It's working. So I want y'all to see why it works, how it works, because we've looked into it. And I want to pull this up too, because look, a federal jury convicts this dude. This is about the case right here. A federal in Northern District of Texas. So I want y'all to see that. They're saying he was doing security frauds. He was doing a lot of different shit. A lot of different things. Alright? They try to really stick it to this guy, man. Then you see the arbitration award. He sued the attorneys general. So this is what we're gonna go over. I got it all mapped out for you. I'm gonna show you some of the documents. All right, man, I hit you up. Said he has more information about the power of arbitration. Arbitration is deep. So look, under 27 CFR 7211, you gotta understand that all crimes are commercial. So this is why this is working. Jennifer Smith in the building. Peace. So as using this part, you can read it, but I'm gonna break down. Listen, commercial crimes. This is their codes, commercial crimes. Let me know where y'all tuned in from too, man. Drop it below, man. What territory you tuning in from? Whether you in Texas, Cali, where you from, man? So this is breaking it down. Commercial crimes. Any of the following times are federal or state offenses against the revenue laws, which is burglary, counterfeiting, forgery, kidnapping, larceny, and the list goes on and on. It breaks it down. All crimes are commercial. We got Louisiana in the building. Long as you ain't hurting nobody, then it's a commercial crime. And you pretty much get out of it. It's a contract. That's what they say. Do you understand your charge? So that's 27 CFR 7211. Most people that follow me are familiar with it. We got Texas in the building. We got New Jersey in the building. I'm in Las Vegas. We got Cali in the building. Jeremy Shorter says it's called we got Southern Cali. Jeremy Shorter says it's called the severability. Now, when you understand that all crimes are commercial, then you'll start understanding maritime transactions and commerce. Understand that we're under a jurisdiction of maritime when we're operating under the bankruptcy. All right, 1 second. All right, I had to take that call. It was a private member. I had to text him. We got a call today, coaching call. We got DC in the building, peace and love. So under maritime transactions, just understand it. Understand what's going on. Understand this is interstate commerce. And the reason why I'm showing you this right here, interstate commerce. Interstate commerce falls under all maritime transactions, all right? And when you look at a plea agreement, which I'm going to bring up, I'm going to show a plea agreement. Any plea agreement that you're dealing with, any plea agreement with anybody incarcerated, it's going to talk about interstate commerce. And this is an actual plea agreement right here. Let me show you. Let me go up. Boom. This is an actual plea agreement. And this guy right here, he actually got doing the same stuff. So look, a plea agreement, interstate commerce. It's always in your plea agreements. So I just want to pull that up for you. It always talks about interstate commerce. Because back to 28 U.S.C. 3002, understand that court means any court created by Congress, excluding the United States tax court. So you can even bring Congress in this arbitration because you're going after Attorney General, and truthfully, it's part of the facts in the case. But breaks it down. You're not a person, state. United States is a federal corporation. All crimes are commercial. I'm trying to break this down as fast as I can because there's a lot of information to go over. All right. And then there's Title IX, arbitration, maritime transactions as well, arbitration. So Understand what arbitration immunity is. In addition to the grant immunity from a civil action, arbitrators are also generally accorded immunity from process when subpoenaed or summons to testify in the judicial proceeding in a case arising from their service as arbitrator. There's usually arbitration clauses in everything that you do, so you got to learn how to rebuke that. What is the arbitrator? An arbitrator is an independent person or body officially appointed to settle a dispute. So there's most agreements that you're with any corporation, especially when you're incarcerated, you're signing, you're waiving arbitration, pretty much. And that's the use of an arbitrator to settle a dispute. So learn what's going on. Now, I went to arbitratonnation.com, and it breaks down a lot about arbitrations and valid arbitrations and what's really going on. Because I know a lot of people still might be confused, but I'm gonna break down some of the information so it makes sense to you. Now, understand what interstate commerce is where you can do business state to state or outside the states. All right, interstate commerce. We went over the plea agreement. Boom. So now the information that you're gonna be getting. First of all, I'm gonna give you access to the actual award. So we got the arbitration award, and a lot of documents that they put on file. So we got the motion for relief from judgment. All this is actual documents that was put on the record. So boom, motion for reconsideration of opinion and order in the nature of a writ. So getting out the actual judgment. This is helping them relief from the judgment under Rule 60. All right, the judgment that was put in the incarcerated. And this is the findings of the facts of the motion. And they're using they're using United States codes. They're not using nothing in common law. I mean, there is information on the private side, but they're using codes to get paid. Yes, USC Title 9, Chapter 1, arbitration. I showed that on the screen and everybody that's following along on YouTube. But there's two different cases that we found, and they actually got paid out from being incarcerated. Give you the actual arbitration award, and that's right there. That's Exhibit 3, 6 pages. Then there's a private bill, arbitration bill, breaking down the definitions and named parties of the bill. Arbitrator's immunity, like I just went over. See, when you file these things, don't forget such things as nunc pro tunc and full disclosure, because they're gonna say you had notice, you knew these things because you signed it. And they sued the Attorney General's office for stipulation and settlement. Request for dispute on complaint. It's the same type of paperwork. You got Exhibit 1B. Always label everything as exhibits. Attorney General's office again. Everything's sent to the Attorney General's office. Breaking down exactly what's going on. Irrevocable powers of attorney. Got to have that on file. All status correction. Make sure you got that correctly. Make sure you're in your right correction. We got Timothy Lawton in the building. Peace and love, King. So this is a notice of initiate arbitration and selection of substitute arbitrator. And boom. But let me go over some of these, what they filed. Well, I'll show you some of let me show you the awards first before we go over the deep stuff that led them to that. So this is Hawkins Awards. He got awarded $4 billion. They gave him that. He did everything correctly, and then they let him out. They released him from incarceration. Is this it right here? Let me see. When I was reading through it, they released him immediately. And he been enforcing his claims and got that check. There it is. Everything did go to the Court of Appeals. These are the Court of Appeals. There's the docket sheets on everything. Oh, that was on this one. The actual award. You gotta get your arbitrator. He got awarded on September 14th, but it took some years before he got paid out. But they released him from incarceration immediately. That's what you gotta know. That's what you gotta understand. That's what you gotta know. They released him from jail. Now, the actual arbitration letter that you're gonna want to start. Hold on, it's not pulling up. Hold on, y'all. I got too much stuff opened up on my computer. Boom. This is, it's like 47 pages or something. 46 pages. All right. This is what started it off. Everything's going to be included, but I want y'all to see. This is what was being filed. This right here. Acceptance of the corporal offer the contract with full immunity and without recourse. Conditional acceptance for the value coupled with an interest agreement in the contract. And the respondent is going to be the Department of Justice, Attorney General Office, United States Executive Office of the President, U.S. Legislature, the Governor, the Supreme Court of the United States of America, the Supreme Court, your state, and the Department of Defense. And then the claiming party, you will be the claiming party. Show cause, proof of claim, demand in the matter of conditional acceptance for value for proof of claim as to the nature and source of the law venue. Jurisdiction, authority, and relationship thereto, nature and cause of arrest, criminal proceedings, processes, lawfulness thereof, and procedure legally therein, validity and enforceable of judgments, orders, warrants, unlawful imprisonment, and the lawful thereof, possible contract violation, fraud, assumption of debt, other related matters, as all such relate to and bear upon criminal case cause being void ab initio. Statement of purpose. The General Court finds that the authority of the Department of Safety, Department of Transportation, Motor Vehicles, the United States, the District of Columbia, the Executive Branch, the United States Legislature, the United States Courts is limited to only the commercial users of the public ways, and that the corporate state employees have by their silence failed to fully inform the sovereign people of the United States of America that an automobile, a trust, legal person has been confirmed by UCC 9-102, 9-109 to be private property, defined as household goods and consumer goods, not for commercial use or for profit or gain. Further, the courts have found that corporate public servants who ignore their accountability as mandated in the Bill of Rights have, by their silence and failure to fully inform the sovereign people the consequences arising from the corporate offer the contract, is deemed silent deception and inducement by fraud. Introduction. I've recently, through exhaustive study and research, come across certain information and apparent facts relating to and bearing upon matters within arising from the above referenced civil, commercial, criminal case cause, beginning with the arrest of myself, herein undersigned, in the subsequent prosecution and criminal procedures resulting in the conviction and imprisonment under undersigned, but what appears to be alleged violations of alleged statute laws as contained within the United States Code statutes. Specifically, the Act of March 9th, 1933, Section 2038, 2039, 2040, entitles 4, 7, 11, 12, 15, 16, 18, 28, 31, 42 U.S.C. CFR, the Federal Registry, U.S.C., thereof which may or may not be constitutional in accordance with and pursuant to the Constitution. All right, let me keep going, man. We're breaking down proof of claims. Private administrative processes for remedy. And it's breaking down facts. I just don't want to keep reading everything verbatim. We're stimulating a lawful process. We're dropping facts. Jurisdiction is the power to hear and determine the subject matter in controversy. From the beginning, this party has said, as stated, has objected court's jurisdiction, documenting the unwillingness of the defendant to submit to the court's jurisdiction, leaving the court and the so-called prosecution in want of writ and or bill. An objection to jurisdiction on the ground of exemption from the process of the court in which the suit is brought or the manner in which the defendant is brought into it. But when the objection goes to the power of the court over the parties or the subject matter, as with the case and is the case at present, and the defendant he cannot give the plaintiff a better writ or bill, rendering the proceedings and any orders, decrees, judgments, warrants, decisions, any proceeding without the limits prescribed is quorum non judice, and its action is nullified. So we're challenging jurisdiction. We object to their jurisdiction. We accept your offer, the contract, under the following terms and conditions, and this shall be construed as a counteroffer done with full immunity and without recourse with respect to the undersigned and his avatar. I shall be deemed to have obtained the age of majority retroactively and to have disaffirmed any and all contracts made in infancy. I shall be deemed and shall be held and educated that I am a competent natural man, a natural person, that my words are never to be construed liberally but contextually. That the only law that will apply to my person is the principles of the golden rule. I hope y'all are seeing why this works. Proof of claims. It's just more proof of claims. It's 46 pages of proof of claims. All right, challenging jurisdiction. Challenging who the defendant is to dispute the so-called charges. Breaking down the bankruptcy. All right. The right to not enter a plea. Enter a plea is the first step in granting the court jurisdiction to hear a matter. It is the elementary rule of pleading that a plea to the jurisdiction is the first step in the order of pleading, that any other additional plea which offers to the court any additional proof or acknowledgement of other questions is a tacit agreement, which means it makes you have to adhere, amounting to or constituting assent, admission that the court has the right jurisdiction. Please give you jurisdiction. Wherever it appears that the court has no jurisdiction, nothing what the parties may do or are meant to do that gives it jurisdiction. Peace and love, peace and love. So proof of claim, the proceedings in which the named defendant and the undersigned were subject to within the above referenced alleged criminal case cause or chancellery, the conflict was not with an non-constitutional source of authority for the existence of the statutes, laws, alleged charge as violated within the face of arrest warrant. It's just breaking down more facts, and they have to prove that this is not right, point by point. So we got the jurisdiction. All jurisdiction within the United States is a contract, executive powers, law of the land, the due process. The common law is not the foundation of due process of law. It is clear that the common law is the foundation which is designated as due process of law. This is all arbitration.